At yung hindi po pagsipot dito ay talaga namang I mean, pagpapakita po me personally I'm disappointed. I mean, I
Parang
would have
hindi parang hindi po siya interesado sa trabaho at sa pagiging active po bilang Vice President.
Man, malalaman natin na siya ay naliligo sa beach, nagbi-beach, no? Nagpapakasarap. Samantalang yung mga tao dito sa Kongreso, nagpapakahirap, no? Para ipasa yung budget for 2025. Eh talagang nakaka-frustrate, no?
tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, I cannot preempt the actions of the House members. It will have to be discussed by Congress and by all of us kung ano po ang mangyayari sa budget ng Office of the Vice President.
Ibig sabihin po nito, wala ho talagang intensyon, no, na dumalo dito po sa pagdinig sa plenaryo upang i-sponsor at i-defend ang budget po ng OVP.
Management and how it was utilized and much more yesterday na nakaschedule po yung Office of the Vice President for plenary discussion. At yung hindi po pagsipot dito ay talaga namang I mean, pagpapakita po me personally I'm disappointed. I mean, I would have expected more. I mean, this is such an important part in the budgetary process, and if you can see and if you have seen in the past few days, weeks, secretaries are here waiting for more than 10 hours just so that their department can be presented in plenary. And no one is excused from this process. So I do understand the frustrations of Congressman Manuel, and I do respect where he's coming from. And with regards to that, I'm still hopeful na sana itong mga darating na araw naman, di ba? Dumating, magpaliwanag para matapos na po natin ito.
Thank you. Next up, we have a question from Billy Vegas of Abante Politico.
Magandang umaga po. Hingi lang po ng reaction kasi it appears po based dun sa mga lumabas sa social media na galing sa beach si VP. So nakapunta siya sa beach pero hindi siya nakarating sa budget deliberation. So ano pong thoughts niyo doon?
Kung totoo man yun, sir, papasana all ka na lang talaga. Kasi kami, dire-diretso po yung trabaho dito sa House. Siyempre, napaka-importante nga po nung na-highlight na exercise ng budget deliberations. Clear naman po sa statements ko from previous na press cons na hindi namin napag-uusapan yung impeachment. Pero parang ang dating tuloy sa mga nangyayari sa pag-snub po sa mga hearings, sa pag-walk out po sa hearings, sa pag-take ng oath, sa hindi pag-defend ng budget. Parang hindi po siya interesado sa trabaho at sa pagiging active po bilang Vice President. Siguro, ewan ko, baka ako lang to, baka magpa-file siya o tatakbo siya. Baka ibang gusto niyang position. Kaya medyo ibang treatment niya sa Office of the Vice President.
Well, for me, no, nakaka-disappoint, no, because we expect so much from her. At nakakalungkot dahil talagang nakita naman natin na yung mga kasamahan natin, kami dito sa Kongreso, nagtatrabaho talaga ng ng hanggang madaling araw para maipasa yung batas. At yun nga, ipinagpaliban yung budget niya kahapon. Tapos, kung totoo man, malalaman natin na siya ay naliligo sa beach, nagbi-beach, no? Nagpapakasarap. Samantalang yung mga tao dito sa Kongreso, nagpapakahirap, no? Para ipasa yung budget for 2025. Eh talagang nakaka-frustrate, no? Talagang sana humarap na lang siya rito, no? Tapusin natin yung budget hearing, pumunta siya rito, i-defend yung budget ng OVP, gawin yung kanyang mandated constitutional responsibility na i-defend yung budget ng OVP. So, nakakalungkot na nagkaroon tayo ng Vice President na talagang kinakalimutan yung kanyang trabaho at yung kanyang responsibilidad, no, na gawin, no, yung kanyang constitutionally mandate na trabaho para lamang mag-beach, no, kung totoo man yun.
For my part, this is bigger than the Vice President per se. Ang daming personnel, ang daming tao, ang daming mga empleyado na nasa ilalim ng Office of the Vice President. So dapat iniisip din nila yung kalagayan nito. Kasi kung walang budget to, paano yung sweldo nila sa susunod na taon? Paano yung operating expense ng Office of the Vice President kung wala sila? So I mean, this is not a matter of personality, but a matter of position that she has been elected to and that she needs to hold dear to her heart, especially the responsibilities that come with it. And some of those responsibilities may be difficult. Some of those responsibilities may be hard. But those are responsibilities that have to be done. And one of those responsibilities is coming to Congress, standing for your agency, and supporting your budget. So with regards to the photo in the beach, hindi ko pa po kasi, although I've seen the article, seems like it's a nice beach. Siguro pag may time tayong lahat at wala na tayong masyadong gawa, siguro maganda makapunta din tayo doon para makita natin.
What's the mood in the house? If she doesn't show up,
I think right now, siguro nasa level na po ng frustration.
so if she doesn't show up or send a legal representative, I'm not very familiar with the process, but she doesn't have to show up here personally, diba? It's not in the rules. But
Yes, yes.
authorized representative has to
Yes,
be here.
okay.
So paano kung walang mangyari doon until tomorrow? What's the mood in the house?
I think we'll definitely cross the bridge once we get there. You made an excellent point. I think it was 2 years ago, and may her soul rest in peace. Secretary Toots Ople, I was defending the budget ng DMW. She wasn't available for plenary debates because she was in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia at ina-address niya yung issue ng mga OFWs natin doon na hindi pa nababayaran. Kaso lang, nagpadala siya ng sulat at nagpaliwanag siya kung bakit hindi siya makadalo. At bagamat hindi po siya nakadalo, kumpleto naman po yung mga USEC at ASECs ng DMW na nandoon. So, doon tinanggap po yun ng plenary. Now, with regards to the second part of your question, kung ngayon at bukas hindi pa rin siya dumalo, again, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, I cannot preempt the actions of the House members. It will have to be discussed by Congress and by all of us kung ano po ang mangyayari sa budget ng Office of the Vice President.
So at the bare minimum, you'll be satisfied with her sending a letter of explanation and sending an authorized representative.
Well, I think I'll be satisfied with whatever. I mean, when I say whatever is legally binding for us to actually continue on with the budget proceedings. I think for her part and for any agency's part, alam na naman po nila kung anong kailangan nilang gawin para makapag-progress na po tayo sa budget process.
Ang problema po kasi hindi natin masagutan diretso yan. Kasi first time lang po mangyayari ito na isang departamento, no, walang ipinadalang representative, hindi nagpakita yung kanyang mga tauhan, no? So first time nangyari ito. Tama naman po si Kong JJ na talagang kailangan pag-usapan, no, ng majority at miyembro ng Kongreso kung anong gagawin, no? Dahil nga first time nangyari ito na walang representative, wala yung department head, no, na hindi sila umattend, no, sa budget hearing ng kanilang departamento.
Well, just to give a reaction on that matter, so unang-una, naghintay po yung miyembro ng House of Representatives, no, for the Vice President to appear before the plenary and help the sponsor to answer the questions. So, there are photos and even videos circulating that on the Monday morning, nandun po siya sa isang beach, no, in Camarines Norte. Sa amin po yun, sa Bicol region. So maganda kasi na-promote pa po yung Calaguas Beach. In other words, ibig sabihin po nito, wala ho talagang intensyon, no, na dumalo dito po sa pagdinig sa plenaryo upang i-sponsor at i-defend ang budget po ng OVP. Sapagkat kung meron po siyang intensyon, dapat Sunday man lang nandito na po siya sa Manila. O kaya naman, nakipag-communicate po siya sa office ni Congressman Adjong para magkaroon po ng briefing at i-prepare man lang at mapaghandaan po ng budget sponsor ang mga katanungan ni tatanong po sa OBP. So, pangalawa, consistent naman po yung Vice President natin. In fairness to her, consistent in the sense na hindi po siya dumalo nung Committee on Appropriations Budget hearing, pati po dito sa plenary, hindi rin po dumalo. So kung ganyan po, it shows that she's not interested with her duties and functions as the Vice President of the Philippines. So kung ganyan po yung lumalabas, probably we can ask her to step down as the Vice President. Kasi nakikita natin hindi naman po siya dumadalo sa mga pandinig dito po sa Kongreso. So, ano po ibig sabihin nito? Hindi na po siya interesado at mas pinili niya pa po bumunta sa isang beach resort kaysa dumalo po dito sa pagdinig sa kanya pong budget. So, I guess it's the Filipino people. It's up to them, no, to judge the Vice President. Yun na lang po siguro ang mga reaction ko po dyan.
You're asking her to resign.
Kung hindi na po siya interesado sa kanya pong duties and functions as the Vice President, we can ask the Vice President to step down.
Thank you. Let us acknowledge Rosalie Cos from UNTV.
Good morning po, Kongs. I'm not sure if you have read the letter of VP Duterte addressed to Kong Sia. It's dated September 11, and then she said, the Vice President said, as communicated to the Speaker of the House of Representatives and the Chair of the Committee on Appropriations, the OVP has duly submitted all the required documents to the committee pertaining to its budget request for the upcoming year. Furthermore, a comprehensive overview of our proposals was presented during my presentation on 27 August 2024. In consideration of the foregoing, the OVP leaves the deliberation of our budget proposal in the plenary entirely to the pleasure of the House of Representatives. So, long before the plenary deliberations, may sulat na po si OVP. Why do you find it not acceptable?
Well, it's basic. Yes, it's up to the sound discretion of Congress. Yun naman talaga yun Kaso lang, pagdating sa budget deliberations, yung mga departments at agencies concerned, dumadating. Kasi pagdating ng mga katanungan sa sponsor at wala yung representative ng ahensya na yon, paano may sasagot? Paano magkakaroon ng kaliwanagan? Huwag po natin kakalimutan ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito, pera ng taong bayan to, hindi to pera ng iisang tao, ng isang pribadong individual. These are funds, these are public funds that have to be properly explained, have to be properly determined how they were used, and how they are planned to be utilized for the succeeding year. That's why the agency heads and the agency representatives or the departments have to be present during plenary debates. So, given that she has a letter, that's true. Yes, it's up to the sound discretion of the House. However, we cannot take away that there is a process in determining the budget.
I think if we take note po, the contents of the letter just is a reiteration of the answer that they have interposed even for the pre-budget deliberations. So kumbaga po, inuulit niya lang po na she's leaving it to the House to decide on the fate of her budget. However, it does not say that she will not participate with our processes. It does not say that she will not attend. It does not say that she will send an authorized representative. So I don't think the September 11 letter would be any indication of what transpired yesterday. So I don't think we could have been prepared po. No? But with that said, as mentioned earlier, the House collectively will be extending maximum leniency, and we're hoping for the best po that at least the bare minimum would be complied with, that we may proceed with the budget. Yun lang po.
All right, mag-follow